Modern Switzerland may be well known for its banking sector and advantageous tax structure, but innovation is really the main driver of the nation's prosperity. Nevertheless, you may be asking how precisely this small alpine nation became a magnet for the ultra-wealthy. Given that 40 of the world's billionaires are Swiss nationals living high off the hog. In this video, we will answer the following questions. What is the level of wealth in Switzerland? How did it achieve it? How are savings of great importance there? And how committed is Switzerland to sustain its democracy? Switzerland is a crossroads of cultures and a hub for trade and transportation, connecting Europe's north and south. Because of this, it is the perfect place for businesses in EU member states to get started. Switzerland has unique access to the 500 million consumers that make up the European market, thanks to its advantageous location in the middle of the continent. Basel, Geneva, and Zurich's international airports are conveniently located near all of Europe's big cities. Europe's best maintained and developed train and motorway systems are found there. Also, Western Switzerland is the hub for three major transportation axes: the TGV to France, the ICE to Germany, and the Eurocity to Italy. Seems like Switzerland enjoys a top-notch location. In addition, an excellent foundation for growing the Swiss and European markets is provided by Switzerland. For this, a multitude of multinational corporations across many industries have selected Switzerland as their headquarters, overseas branches, and service centres. In fact, it serves as the home of more than 850 global corporations' head offices or other key operations. Several well-known examples are Johnson & Johnson, IBM, Google, Caterpillar, and many more. If you like this video so far, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel. With good reason, Switzerland is known for its riches as well as its high cost of living. According to data from the Swiss National Bank, the average asset value of Swiss citizens is CHF 460,000. For the wealthiest, the previous 20 years have been a boom time. Between 2000 and 2019, there was a 53% increase in adult wealth. It's home to just 0.1% of the world's population, but 1.8% of the world's wealthiest people live there. More than 60% of adult Swiss citizens own assets over $100,000. When it comes to the wealthy, 11% of Swiss citizens are US dollar millionaires. 2,650 are considered ultra-high net worth persons, having more than $50 million in net worth, and 980 have more than $100 million in net worth. They must be born with a silver spoon in their mouth. Rich foreigners have long been drawn to Switzerland by the country's low tax rates, steady economy, and high earnings. Over 25% of Swiss citizens are of foreign descent, and approximately 50% of the nation's multi-millionaires are foreign nationals. High prices accompany wealthy residents. According to a 2020 CEO World magazine study, Switzerland is among the most costly nations in the entire world to stay in. Switzerland was a pioneering industrialized nation, yet it doesn't have many natural resources to brag about. The late 19th and early 20th centuries saw a tremendous rise in the Swiss economy as a consequence. Though the nation has a lengthy history of innovation, chocolate and clocks may come to mind when you think about Switzerland's greatest inventions. Its export sector is well known for being robust and diverse. If you want to invest, this country will be right up your alley. Despite its reputation, the financial sector there only contributes 12% of GDP and 6% of jobs. And that encompasses the insurance, asset management, and banking industries. Switzerland is much more than just finance, as you can see. Switzerland's emphasis on locally owned businesses is another important element. Due to the nation's stance on free trade, producing goods domestically has become more important than importing low-cost goods from outside. This method has stood the test of time. This implies that it's significantly more costly than the rest of Europe. Economic prosperity is based on this idea. Numerous high-value industries, including machinery, pharmaceuticals, watches, jewelry, precious metals, chocolates, cheese, and luxury travel, are dominated by Switzerland. This indicates that Switzerland manufactures and exports high-end, luxurious products and services. In fact, government expenditures on R&D were on an increasing trend since 2010, and they reached a peak in 2018. Some of the biggest companies in the world, including ABB, Nestle, Novartis, Credit Suisse, and Zurich Insurance, are based there. In reality, Switzerland has the second largest weight among all European countries and the fourth largest worldwide, trailing behind the United States, Japan, and the United Kingdom, according to the MSCI World Index. Furthermore, over 99% of Switzerland's businesses are small and medium-sized, despite the country being home to numerous huge organizations, including numerous international giants. For individuals who adore gold, about 70% of the world's production is refined in Switzerland. Switzerland's economy benefits from first-rate infrastructure that promotes trade, tourism, and mobility. Trains in Switzerland are renowned for their efficiency and near-perfect punctuality, and at prices that are really competitive. Turns out infrastructure is a real cash cow. Despite having an abundance of mountains all around it, the nation also benefits from an excellent road system that enables it to take advantage of its location in the middle of Europe. If all of this wasn't enough, Switzerland also leads the world in air travel, having one of the greatest passenger-to-population ratios. The long-term prosperity of Switzerland depends on stability. First of all, it hasn't experienced a few of the economic destructions that a number of its European peers have since it has remained neutral in major wars and conflicts. Actually, Switzerland has had a comparatively stable domestic political climate for more than 170 years, and it performs significantly better than many of its counterparts on the Political Stability Index. Second, it has been able to weather political and economic challenges thanks to a strong democratic government and an effective work ethic. Because of its stability, wealthy foreigners and investors consider the nation to be a secure location to invest and keep their money. Although banking hasn't historically been the main factor behind Switzerland's financial success, it has been in the last century. Due to its advantageous tax structure, it has been able to draw businesses and wealthy individuals over an extended period of time, greatly boosting the nation's wealth and establishing one of the largest financial hubs in the entire globe. It's a country with deep pockets. Although it has been long suspected of having been involved in the most shadowy and covert aspects of banking, Switzerland has recently made progress in enacting tighter restrictions. In fact, it has long been a destination for foreign investment due to its low corporate taxes and banking secrecy. Indeed, it is a prevalent misconception that this nation is a tax haven. It's been able to draw in outside investment, direct investment, reserve asset and portfolio investment values, which are frequently in the positive range during the analysis years. Conversely, negative values in other investment are often observed. The world's wealthiest nation on average and in the middle is Switzerland. In 2019, the average adult's net worth was $564,653. In comparison, it was $216,654 in Germany and $432,465 in the United States. The nation can have lots of money to invest thanks to high savings rates. Furthermore, less money is needed for welfare in a wealthier community. High income levels and a high savings rate are the cause of this. Actually, Switzerland is one of the countries with the highest saving rate among the OECD economies. They're on the gravy train. Saving money is comparatively simple there, despite the high expense of living. A recent survey found that half of people are able to save money each month without compromising their level of consumption. The global economy has lost steam. The Eurozone is hardly expanding, China and the US are struggling economically, and Germany's GDP is declining. Switzerland is currently going through the effects. For the very first time since the COVID-19 crisis, the State Secretariat for Economic Affairs, SECO, announced zero growth for the Swiss economy at the beginning of September 2023. This issue sticks out like a sore thumb. The manufacturing and pharmaceutical sectors have experienced the most severe effects of the economic downturn. Additionally, there has been negative growth in the building industry lately. In an effort to combat inflation, the Swiss National Bank, SNB, increased its benchmark interest rate from minus 0.75% to 1.75% in just a single year. As a result, investments become more costly and the economy grows more slowly. Furthermore, Switzerland's main commercial partners, especially Germany, are experiencing an economic slowdown. Generally speaking, if Germany coughs, Switzerland will catch on since local businesses won't be able to export as much. The economy there has seen better days, right? Also, the SNB's interest rate increases, which are meant to and mostly do slow inflation, are driving up costs in one crucial area: rents. This is due to the fact that when interest rates rise, landlords are permitted to increase rent. In addition to impeding economic growth, rising interest rates in Switzerland also lower renters' purchasing power. This clearly indicates that Switzerland has a lot to teach other nations. It is obvious that not every nation can be like Switzerland. However, if politicians truly desire the prosperity of their nations, many of its programs might be reproduced elsewhere. Switzerland appears to be a nation that is aware of its desired course. Furthermore, there is far less political meddling in the economy because of its dramatically different political structure from that of the majority of Western nations. Thanks for watching till the end. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons to receive more content. See you in the next video.